morning, everybody. My name is Catalina Lopez, and this is my demonstration speech. My first audience member is Ernest Lopez. My second will be
Damian Jorgensen.
Good morning, class. Today I would like to demonstrate how to perform first aid to prevent or control shock. Before my demonstration, I would like to briefly explain where I have received this training. In my previous speech, I explained that I have been in the Nevada Army National Guard for approximately 7 years. In the Guard, we train on various tasks throughout the year, one of them being first aid. Before my demonstration, there are 3 vital points that I want you guys to take away from this. One being to always evaluate the condition of the situation. The second, to know the symptoms of shock. And the third, how to properly position the casualty so that you're able to control the situation a little bit better. Now, to begin my demonstration. Okay, so the conditions of the situation is we see a casualty lying on the ground. There are no obvious physical injuries or uncontrolled bleeding. So, we get down to his level. Now we begin to examine the casualty. We are looking for symptoms of shock. Some of the symptoms of shock are sweaty but cool skin, so you would want to simply just touch his skin. He does feel sweaty and he does feel cold. Another symptom is they will seem pale. He seems pretty pale right now. Other symptoms are nausea and vomiting. He does not have those. So now that we have determined that he does have symptoms of shock, we are going to begin to perform first aid. So one of the first things you want to do is to make sure he is either out of the sunlight or in cover if it is cold outside. So he is in a good condition right now. So the next step we want to do is we want to elevate his feet. So we are going to use a stable object so that his feet don't fall. We're going to do it like so. If it's not very stable, you can cross their ankles so that it is more secure. The second thing we're going to want to do is loosen up any restricting clothing. So we'll start from the feet and work our way up. The first thing we're going to do is untie the shoes. And we're just going to loosen those up. So now his shoes are pretty loose. We're going to go up to his pants. In some cases, uniforms will have elastic, or some clothes may have elastic around the ankles, so you just want to fold those up. Once we've completed with the feet, we're going to move our way to the waist. You're going to want to loosen up the belt as well. Okay? And then we'll move our way to the torso. The torso, if they have a coat on or anything that's binding that can be removed, you're going to want to loosen that up. Okay, so his torso is moved. We're also going to loosen up his cuffs. So now that we've loosened all the restricting binding on his clothes, we are going to want to prevent him from losing any body heat. So with that, I have a blanket. You can use a blanket. Sometimes if you don't have a blanket on hand, any coat or any light clothing will do. So you're going to want to wrap it around his body, and you're just going to tuck it around. Keep it pretty secure and snug. He seems pretty secure and snug right now. So after you do that, you're going to want to reassure the casualty and let him know that everything's going to be okay. In this step, you want to be confident, so because you want the casualty to believe that everything will be okay. So, hey, everything is going to be okay. We're going to get medical aid, okay? See? Okay, after you let him know that everything is going to be okay, you're going to want to seek medical attention. So at this step, this is very important. If you must leave the casualty, you must place his head to the side, like this, so that way, when you're away, if any vomiting happens, the casualty will not choke. Okay, perfect. Finally, you're going to watch the casualty closely and make sure that there is no life-threatening conditions happening while you wait for medical assistance. And that is how you perform first aid on to prevent or control shock. Before I conclude my speech, I would like you guys to always remember that you must evaluate the conditions of the situation, remember what symptoms of shock look like, and position the casualty to help better control the situation. I hope that this demonstration speech has helped you guys feel a little bit more prepared, so if you ever come upon this situation, you are able to help perform first aid. Thank you all for listening, and that concludes my demonstration speech. And here are my two audience members.